So for today, we're going to be looking at the Stasis arms. Now, if you guys don't know, Eververse is selling not only the Stasis arms, but the Fortnite arms as well. And if this follows trend, then the whole armor set is going to be available for Bright Dust, which is pretty cool. I've never really seen Eververse sell an armor set from a previous, like literally the last season before it. So I do think that's pretty cool. Granted, I think they're doing it with one of the worst armor sets, which is kind of unfortunate, but the Fortnite set is really cool for all the classes. So I do recommend that. I am definitely going to pick up the Bond that I never picked up for the Warlocks. Actually, no, I bought that. Never mind. Either way, I do think it's really, really cool. If you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe really does help because a huge portion of people are actually not subscribed. So if you can do me a favor, like, comment, and sub, hit the bell notification because that also does help. Other than that, let's get into it. So here is the Hunter set. I'm going to be honest, I think this one's pretty cool. My only gripe, and I think I said this in the Stasis armor review, which hopefully I'll have up right now so that way you guys can at least look at the Stasis armor set, is the fact that the Hunters really don't have like a lot. I think they barely just got one this season. Where they don't have any exotic ornaments or exotics in general that have crystals in their armor. So like, for example, the Titans have a pretty good amount. From last season, they got the Blast Wave Striders. I think it's last season. Either way, they got Blast Wave Striders. They have, oh, that's right, the Cadmus Ridge Ladins Camp, specifically with the Chivalry's Chill ornament. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that we don't have a lot of ornaments like that. Hunters, we finally got one, and I think it's pretty terrible if I'm being quite honest. It's from, I'm trying to look it up right now. So it's from Renewal Grass, specifically called Europan Plate. But the thing that I'm not a big fan of is just it looks pretty bad. So I will obviously do an ornament review for all the classes soon. I'm just taking my time with other things right now, but that one specifically, I'll explain what I'm going to do at the end of the video because I do think that one's going to be a lot of fun. But Hunters, for this one, Mask of Bacchus, because it is a Stasis subclass. Now, I think with the new changes, you can use Arc on it, so that's pretty cool. Sublime Vest, the Verglis Stalker Strides, and then the Iron Intent Cloak. Shader-wise, Vitrified Chronology for everything but the cloak. The cloak is going to be using Abyssinian Gold. And I don't think this one's bad by any means. The biggest reason I ended up using the Verglis Stalker Grass, well, obviously aside from the fact that it's the main portion of the video, more so the Verglis Stalker Strides is because they're asymmetrical, but they weigh each other evenly. And what I mean by that is there's crystals on the right side for the arm, and then the left side there's crystals. So it kind of evens itself out, which is what I wanted to do. And Sublime Vest was an easy choice because it has that blue plate in the middle. Now the blue plate in the middle takes off colors, so that's why I was like, I'm going to use this shader because I do think I genuinely do like Vitrified Chronology. It's in my favorited list, and I like the blue. I think the blue is going to go really well with the crystals. So do I think this is cool? Do I even think this is the best one in this video? No, definitely not. It's definitely not the worst. I think it's tied between the Hunter and Titan because I don't think there's a bad set here. But this would probably be the closest thing to a bad set I have in this video. As for the next set, this one is pulled from the Stasis video for the Titans, which hopefully I'll have up right now if I can remember. But for this one, we're going to be using Antaeus Ward's Helm of the Taken King, the Cracked Iceberg Plate, and then the War Newman's Mark. For the shader, Ultra Plasmic, because that shader goes really well with blue. And just for you guys to be aware, Antaeus Ward's, in order for you to get that like blue, purple Stasis color, you do have to either use Stasis, the subclass, or if you're using Prismatic, you have to use the Stasis Super. So just be aware of that because if you use another Super or another subclass, it's going to change color, unfortunately. I think this one's pretty decent. If I'm being honest, I do think the Helm of the Taken King is not the best fit for this, so I would probably switch it out for something else. If I'm being like really super duper honest, I would switch out the Cracked Iceberg Plate for something else and then put the Cracked Iceberg Helmet on that. And then for the chest piece, I probably would put the War Newman's chest piece. I think that chest piece would be really cool. So that would be pretty interesting. But again, I just feel like we need more Stasis armor. We need more of the subclass specific armors to have like variety. That's kind of like my biggest thing is like, unless you want to use 3 pieces of the cracked iceberg stuff, we just have to wait until we get more crystalline armor pieces. So Titans, let me know what you guys think about this one. And then last but not least, Warlocks. I really like this. I'm a little like speechless about it because I just kind of surprised myself. So the Crystal Sphere hood with the Crystal Sphere gloves, malware robes, the Mind Strider's ornament for the transversive steps, and then the malware bond, like so 2 and 2. I think the set looks amazing, especially with the Ego Malign shader. I think the shader just makes it pop even more. My biggest thing about this one is the fact that like the differences between like the plate armor and the other armor. So specifically for this one, it would be the crystalline armor, like the crystals and shit for the arms and the helmet, and then the digital pieces. For example, the chest piece has the digital blue, and then the Mind Striders has that digital blue inside as well. So that's kind of like where my head was going, like, oh, this looks really cool because it separates each and every piece really, really well. And yeah, like in my head, this is very much a Stasis meets Vex type of thing, and I think it looks really cool. This definitely is the best one here, just because again, the shader is really pulling, like heavy lifting this set for me, because if it was any other shader, I think it would be pretty meh, but this shader like separates each and everything really, really well. And you have that black as well for the Under Armour, which I think is cool. So definitely the coolest one here. Warlock Titan Hunters, let me know what y'all think is the best one. I will just tell you right now, the Warlocks I think won in this one. But again, I'm doing these specifically just to showcase what you can do with the ornaments that we're getting. I'm going to be doing all of the ornaments. So next week it will most likely either be like boots or some shit like that. I will make another video showcasing like what you can do with the boots. And then by the end, when all of those sets are done, I'll probably squish all of those into one fat video, so that way you guys can see what you guys can do with that. So let me know what you guys think. Remember, I'm going to be posting the Fortnite armor tomorrow and the last call video as well, because I'm going to start doing those weekly videos. I still have to see if either I combine those 2 videos, specifically the week 1 video where I showcase everything, and then the last call video into one. We'll see. I want to see which one's easier, because I want to like decrease the amount of fluff my channel has. So I don't want to, like, if I can just post 1 video, I'd rather just do that. But yeah, currently working on a bunch of content right now. I just finished the campaign for the Hunters, which is cool. I'm currently working on the Titan and Warlock ones. Once we're done with that, we're going to be reviewing the exotic, because I already have the exotic for the Hunters. And once we get the Titan and Warlock, I'll probably get started on the exotic videos. And then from there, the exotic ornaments that we got for this season, I will most likely open my Discord before I make that video, so that way I can actually have you guys participate in that video as well. So I have a lot of things planned, but I do appreciate y'all coming up to this point. Remember, like, comment really does help. Other than that, be safe. I will see you guys later.